On behalf of the Board of Education, administration, staff, and students of Elida High School, I'd like to welcome you to the 128th graduation and commencement ceremony of Elida High School. Including today's class members, over 11,000 students have graduated from Elida High School. We ask you, the audience, to join us in adhering to a proper decorum for this most distinguished occasion. Please help us by limiting your celebration and silencing your cell phones. At this time, please welcome Chloe Waddle and Scott Holmgren, who will be performing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. I would like to introduce Thomas Williamson, our class president. Tommy is the son of Tyson and Rhoda Williamson. He plans to attend Ohio Northern University in the fall to study music education. Tommy will be giving our opening student opening. Thank you.
I want to personally welcome all the family, friends, and graduates of the class of 2021. After a year full of unexpected twists and turns, it's nice to be able to gather in some semblance of a normal fashion. This class had faced quite a struggle due to the challenge of the pandemic. At one point, we had no idea if we'd be standing here today. However, we persevered. It took a tremendous amount of flexibility, adaptation, and patience in order to get to this point. Through the help of our teachers, administration, and those who love and support us, we were able to get through these uncertain times with only minimal headaches. As we move on to the next chapters of our lives, this year will surely be memorable and something to look back on. The coronavirus might have hindered some of our actions, but it did not stop our growth. The character development that I've seen throughout each and every one of my classmates since the start of the year is astronomical. This was a year I realized we are no longer the class I knew since I moved here in 5th grade. We're all young adults now, and we have to choose our individual paths in lives. Those paths may move us in different directions, but we will never be far from one another in our hearts. The memories, tears, and laughter we shared in Elida High School will bind us together for as long as we live. And now I would like to open this ceremony with a quick prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, I want to thank you for allowing us to get through this tough year. Please bless every single person and graduate here with reassurance and your everlasting love. May your grace and mercy be upon us for as long as we live. As we mature throughout our lives and continue to grow as people, may we not forget our way and let us become all that you meant for us to be. In Jesus' holy name, amen. At this time, I would like to introduce Emma Laux, our class secretary. She is the daughter of Jonathan and Tricia Laux. Emma plans to attend Bowling Green State University to major in health science.
am honored to introduce our special guest seated on my right. If you would please stand as I mention your name. Audience, please hold your applause until the end. Mr. Joel Mendrink, Superintendent of Elida Local Schools. Mr. Joel Parker, Treasurer of Elida Local Schools. Mr. Darren Sharp, Principal of Elida Local Schools. Mrs. Brenda Stocker, School Board President. Mr. Barry Barnt, School Board Vice President. Mr. Jason Bowers, School Board Member. Mr. Jeff Kristoff, School Board Member. Mr. Pat Szymanski, School Board Member. And Mr. Dennis Fricky, Apollo Board Representative. Also present performing various duties during the ceremony are Mr. Dan Larimore, Assistant Principal, Mrs. Melissa Schultz, Guidance Counselor, Mr. Steve Smith, Guidance Counselor, and Mr. William Kellermeyer, Advisor for the Class of 2021. Please join me in giving them a round of applause. At this time, Mr. Mendrink, our superintendent, would like to share some opening remarks.
First off, let me say, isn't it so much nicer being in here this evening than it is in those typical 95-degree days that always seem to happen in graduation at the end of May? So much nicer here tonight. Good evening and welcome to the members of the class of 2021. Welcome family and friends, both here in person and those watching the live stream from parts unknown. This day marks a proud and exciting time for each of you and your families. As we gather this evening, we celebrate the culmination of your 13 years of schooling. It's even more exciting this year because we're able to actually gather here together, something that we weren't able to do just a year ago. For some of you, school was pretty easy. For others, not so much. Some of you have put in a lot of hard work to get here today, while some of you have done just enough to get by, and that's okay. Regardless of the path that you took in this journey to graduation, we know that there are exciting opportunities for each of you in the years ahead, and many chances for each of you to leave your mark in the world around us. It was just over a year ago that all of our worlds were turned upside down, and you as students spent the next 3 months doing online learning. This also meant for you no sports, no friends, no musicals, no concerts, and so much more. Heading into August, I'm sure that many of you were wondering what your senior year was going to look like. Would it be in person or would it be remote? Would there be sports or no sports? Would you be able to socialize with your friends at school and school events? Would there be a school play or a musical? Would there be prom? And what would graduation look like? While maybe these things didn't happen exactly the way you might have envisioned them, you were still able to enjoy each of these activities this year. This school year happened thanks in large part to your leadership and the example you set for how to get through a school year with pandemic restrictions. You could have fought all the restrictions this year, having to sit with your younger sibling on the bus, or sitting at the same lunch table with the same people basically all year, wearing a mask all day, every day, and several other restrictions. But we all know that with Mr. Sharp and Mr. Larimore in charge, that there's little chance that you would have had a chance at winning on that. You set the example for everyone by cooperating and making in-person learning possible this school year. Life is about what happens to you and how you respond to process reality by being aware of the potential results and consequences of your decisions. School is a place to practice making decisions and then learning from those decisions. A lot of times in school we make mistakes, and that's perfectly fine as long as we're learning from those mistakes along the way. Times like we've been experiencing for the past year remind us just how important our current graduates are. Our country and community need leaders now more than ever. We have all experienced hardship over the past year, and leadership is what's going to help us recover from it. We're confident that each of you possess the skills necessary to make a difference in the world around us. It doesn't really matter what those skills are, as we need people with varying degrees of skill level. We need people who want to make a difference. I've seen a number of you in the paper or on the school Facebook page, some of you on TV for some of the great things that you've done throughout not only this year, but your entire school career. That's just a small sampling from this class. I know that this class has great potential, and what will you do with that potential? Knowing that you have survived all of the challenges this past year, we know that you can make the most of whatever your future holds. You've been tested, and you've overcome. Many of you are going to go on to a 2 or 4 year college. Some of you will attend a trade school or participate in an apprenticeship. Some will be going into the military, and yet others of you will enter directly into the workforce. It's our hope that whatever your plan is in front of you, that you continue to strive to reach your career goals. And might I suggest that you take 1 minute before this day is over and thank your family and other loved ones who have helped you get to this point. Today begins an amazing journey for each of you. You leave here as adults, ready to confront the world in front of you. Be true to yourself and your family. Do whatever it is that you love to do, and do your best at whatever that love is. On behalf of the administration, the Board of Education, the Elida Local Schools staff, congratulations and best of luck in your future endeavors. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to introduce Emma Laux, our class secretary. Oh, wrong one. At this time, I would like to introduce Hunter Jolliffe. Hunter is the son of William and Stacy Jolliffe. He plans to attend Bluffton University in the fall to major in business administration.
Good evening. Do you remember the last time we were all together for our 8th grade graduation? If not, I'll refresh your memory. I had redemption at spelling the word casserole, the same word that took me out early in the 7th grade spelling bee. Well, let me tell you, people haven't let me forget it over the past 4 years. But I have mastered the word now, and I can't walk out of here tonight without one last chance to spell it. C-A-S-S-E-R-O-L-E, casserole. That was a great speech, and to be honest, I don't know if I can top it, but I'm sure going to try. My goal for my own kids when they grow up is to live in a world that is better than the one we live in today. Nelson Mandela once said, "It is in your hands to create a better world for all who live in it." What happens after you leave here today is up to you. I have no doubt that each person sitting in the field house today has the will to succeed. We have all lived through a year unlike any other in our lifetime. It has taught us a lot about ourselves and about just how strong we can be in the face of adversity. If you want to change the world, don't back down from a challenge. Push yourself to do better and be better in everything that you do. I want to challenge you to always give someone an opportunity and to always allow for redemption. Never count someone out, but instead be the one to help encourage and support them. Measure a person by the size of their heart and their determination, not by their flaws. Don't expect everyone you meet to be just like you. It's a big world outside of these walls, and it's up to us to explore it and share our gifts with others. What you do when you leave here today, the choices that you make for your future, the way you treat people, these are what will help determine who you become in the real world. My hope is that after today, though we may all go our separate ways, we will always be able to look back at our time at Elida High School with pride. We'll remember the times and all the memories made. We will all be better people because of the people we met along the way and the lessons we learned. If I have learned anything from this past year, it is the power of hope, perseverance, and resilience. We have had to endure a senior year unlike any other before us. We have missed out on a lot and have had plenty of disappointment. It was nothing like we imagined it would be and made us feel all sorts of different emotions. We had to push through these letdowns and find the good. We had to be willing to accept the disappointments and make the best of things. I, for one, am very proud of us. In spite of it all, we have continued to come to school every day and do what needs to be done. We have built and strengthened friendships and leaned on one another through it all. But one thing I know, it only takes one person to give hope to those around them. Go out and be that person. So if you want to change the world, start each day fresh. Find others to help you through life. Respect everyone. Understand that life is not fair and that you will fail often. But if you take some risks, step up when times are the toughest, lift up the downtrodden, and never ever give up, you will succeed. If you do these things, future generations will live in a world far better than the one we live in today. So, to my friends and classmates in the class of 2021, thank you for all of the memories, and good luck to each one of you on whatever path life takes you. And I promise, when we all reconnect at our first class reunion, I will still know how to spell casserole. Thank you. I would now like to introduce Alyssa Davis. Alyssa is the daughter of Tim and Sherry Davis. In the fall, she will be joining the Carpenters Union and entering the workforce. She will share some thoughts on her experience and time at Apollo.
My sophomore year, I was itching to get out of school. I had been planning and telling everyone since 7th grade, I'm going to go to Apollo and be a cosmetologist. And to anyone who knows me well now, that's almost laughable. My heart broke when I found out that all the cos placements had been filled. But as I was leaving my guidance counselor's office, I made an out-of-nowhere decision to try out carpentry. And this by far has been my proudest result of procrastination and lack of planning. The thing that excited me most was making new friends. I had never grown with a friend group before. It was always just me and Alyssa number 1 versus the world. And yes, that means that I am Alyssa number 2. But then at Apollo, I made lifelong friends with some kids named James, Nate, and Cameron. But of course, the universe has a sense of humor because they're all sitting in this field house today. So yeah, I had to join a new school just to make friends with people that I already knew and already went to school with. Apollo has provided me with amazing opportunities and amazing experiences. A work-like environment where we have more freedoms than in a normal school setting. A lab instructor who has made a promise to all of us individually that if we ever need a job, he will make sure we get one. Teachers who will sit down with us one-on-one to make sure we understand all of the material, lifelong friends, and practice skills that I will use constantly after today. When I toured the carpentry lab, I was told that it's like joining a family, and I had no clue how true that was going to be. Even if it's your loud sister Summer, you'll grow to love everyone around you. Apollo has been an amazing opportunity for me and so many others, and I'm beyond grateful to have had it.
And for those who know me, I'm not really that great at staying on a script anyways. I think reading it, that's why I messed up earlier. So, I do want to take a couple minutes and honor a couple people before we get into, some of the other awards. We've got a couple students in here, and Mr. Mendrink alluded to it a little bit about, going out in the workforce, joining the military, et cetera. Can we have the students who have already committed to the military, enlisted in the military, could you please stand up? Can we give these guys a hand? Thank you. And also, another award we don't usually give out a whole lot, but we've got a student here who has had 4 years of perfect attendance through high school. Okay, and if anybody talks to workforce development or anything with Allen Lima Leadership, any of those organizations, they talk about the number one thing is just reliability and getting people there to work. Okay, and so Jonathan McLaughlin, can you please stand up, please? Congratulate him. Yep. Thank you. At this time, I would like to present the award for salutatorian for the class of 2021, Preston Lehman. He's the son of Eric and Kelly Lehman. Preston will be attending The Ohio State University, majoring in neuroscience.
Good evening, friends, family, teachers, administrators, and most importantly, my fellow classmates. I am honored to be standing before you as salutatorian of the Elida High School graduating class of 2021. I would like to start off by saying that I did not take public speaking, so this might be a little rough. Sorry, Mrs. Worley. I will keep this short because I know you all want to walk out of the doors and throw your masks off. At this point, there is no complaining about our long gowns and awkwardly fitting caps. We learned to adapt quickly by being mask muffled throughout our entire senior year. Who would have thought that we would be reminded daily of our kindergarten rules as seniors? Stay in your own area, keep your hands to yourself, label all of your items, and do not share with anyone. If I had $1 for every time I heard a teacher say, keep your mask above your nose, I wouldn't have to worry about student loans. I'm sure none of our teachers foreshadowed having to create an entire lesson plan on the importance of mask and Zoom meeting etiquette. We, the class of 2021, want to sincerely thank all of our teachers for adapting to the many changes and continuing to give us a quality education throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. Furthermore, thank you administrators for your efforts as we were granted the opportunity to meet together in person tonight and walk side by side as a class one last time to receive our diplomas. I want to speak a couple minutes on defining your own success. Motivation is behind every successful individual. It can arise from many different circumstances, but the end result is a strong determination to act in a certain way no matter what life brings. There are always two ways a person can react to a situation, and their reaction will be a negative or positive rung on their ladder to success. It may not always be clear where the result will lead, but over time it will become evident. Motivation is the key to succeeding and sometimes failing. Remember, you define your own success. Success for some may be measured as simply receiving their high school diploma tonight, and that's okay. Success to others may have included class rank or the completion of rigorous classes, and that's okay. It is not so much as how you define your own success, but it is the motivation to meet your definition. I believe God has gifted everyone with different abilities. I am fascinated in the medical field, especially in the study of neuroscience. To some, this is far from their area of interest. Some of you were created to have the abilities in the field of teaching, welding, engineering, construction, or so many other jobs, and that's okay. The world doesn't need every one of us to be doctors or lawyers. It needs motivated individuals who define their own success and strive to be the very best at whatever they choose to do. Stand firm and stay disciplined as you take steps to accomplish what you feel is success in your own life. Motivation comes from many circumstances in life, the expected and unexpected areas, and in the hurtful and helpful words of friends and family. How you use it defines what kind of person you are and who you will become. So my prayer is for you, class of 2021, define your own success and be determined to accomplish whatever is necessary to fulfill your definition. This will mean having grit and pushing through the hard times. As Ben Carson stated in Gifted Hands, Success is determined not by whether or not you face obstacles, but by your reaction to them. If you look at these obstacles as a containing fence, they become your excuse for failure. If you look at them as a hurdle, each one strengthens you for the next. Learn from your failures, and whatever you do everything to the best of your abilities. If you do, you will be successful. Now go out and have a positive impact wherever you may go. There is a place for each of you. As a good friend of mine once said, let's shock the world.
I'd like to introduce the valedictorian for the class of 2021, Michaela Bach. Michaela is the daughter of Travis and Julie Bach and will be attending Bowling Green State University to major in microbiology and pre-medicine.
When I first sat down to start writing this speech, I wasn't sure why anyone would want advice from some 18-year-old, because I haven't been around here much longer than most of you. But after some indirect advice from the people around me, I realized there are a few things I would like to share with you today. The first one I would like to share is that being treated with respect is something everyone deserves. Number two is that treating people with kindness can have a bigger impact on someone's life than you may ever know. Number three is that forgiving a person who has hurt you is something you do for yourself and not for them. Four, we are all human and we all make mistakes. It is what you do after you make a mistake that matters. You own up to your mistake and you apologize. And it's okay if you mess up that part too. Number five is that you shouldn't live in the past. Stressing about things you can't control or that you can't change only brings you down. Take the past and learn from it and then move on. The next thing I would like to share is a big thank you to two of the most influential teachers I have ever had in my career here at Elida High School. First, I would like to thank Mrs. Klutz for pushing me to be one of the best, doing the best in a class than I have ever been pushed to do by another teacher. Yes, her classes are hard, but she is one of the most kind and caring teachers I have ever gotten to know, and I am very thankful for that. The second teacher I would like to thank is Miss Listy. Miss Listy teaches her classes with a passion I have never seen before. She is the first math teacher I've ever had who has not made me want to look back and check the clock every 30 seconds of class. And she almost made me like math. I mean, sometimes I was like, you know, this is kind of interesting a little bit. So thank you to Miss Lisey for making the past 2 years of my math career the best they could be for math. And then this very last part goes out to my mom, so maybe some of you parents will get this. Ladies and gentlemen of the class of 2021, always remember to wear sunscreen.
At this time, we're going to have the chamber choir come up for a musical tribute.
Tonight I'm gonna have myself a real good time. I feel alive. And the world is turning inside out, yeah. I'm floating around in ecstasy, so don't stop me now. Don't stop. 'Cause I'm having a good time, having a good time. My shoes are leaping through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. I'm a racing car, passing by like leading the diver. I'm gonna go, 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 there's no stopping me. I'm burning through the sky, yeah, 200 degrees. That's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. I wanna make a supersonic man out of you. Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Don't stop me now. You wanna have a good time? Just give me a call. Don't stop me now. Don't stop me now. I don't wanna stop at all. Oh yeah, I'm burning through the sky, yeah, 200 degrees. That's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. I wanna make a supersonic man out of you.
Don't stop me, don't stop me, don't stop me, ooh. Don't stop me, don't stop me, ooh, ooh, ooh. Don't stop me, don't stop me, don't stop me, now. Don't stop me, don't stop me, ooh, ooh, ooh. Don't stop me, don't stop me,
Don't try and stop me now.
don't stop me, don't stop me, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Don't stop me, have a good time, good time. Don't stop me, have a good time, good time. Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Don't stop me now. If you wanna have a good time, just give me a call. Don't stop me now. Don't stop me now. Don't wanna stop at all. Don't stop me. No, 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 don't stop me. I don't wanna stop at all. Don't stop me. No, 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 don't stop me. I don't wanna stop don't wanna stop at all.
I would now like to introduce Alyssa Jagger. Alyssa is the daughter of Rich Jagger and Kelly Christ. In the fall, she will be attending Ohio State University to study biology. She will introduce and share some thoughts on this year's Bulldog Award recipient.
The Bulldog Award is given to a staff member by each graduating class in appreciation of having an outstanding character and making an impact in the classroom. This year has been challenging for everyone, especially the graduating seniors, and there is one faculty member who has stepped up this year to ensure that our senior year would be memorable, despite all of the obstacles. This teacher has sacrificed her own time and energy just so that we could have a better senior year. This teacher has been an influence on the entire class and always has the people around her smiling. She always remains positive, even on the worst days. She makes sure that every student is trying their best to reach their full potential. Mrs. Leasty, we appreciate you for all your time and consideration. We cannot thank you enough for all the hard work you have done, from planning fun senior events to making sure that every student here knows that you care about them. Thank you for all that you do. This year's Bulldog Award recipient, Mrs. Leasty.
Now comes the fun part, guys. I certify to you, Superintendent Mendring, Board President Stocker, board members, parents, friends, and relatives, that each of these young men and women before you have met the requirements and standards of the Elida Local Board of Education, and they are therefore qualified and ready to receive their diplomas. I will tell you at this time, as we get ready to set up, the students have been given an opportunity to remove their mask as they come across to receive the diplomas from our board president, Mrs. Stocker. I also will tell you that if anybody does keep their mask on, our superintendent and our board president will put their mask back on in honor of that and be respectful of that. I will also say that anybody that is in contact with them has been fully vaccinated, and at that time we are looking out for the safety of all the students as well. So this time we're going to get started. Thomas Daniel Williamson, Honors Diploma. Eric Butler, Graduate of Distinction, Honors Diploma. Hunter Robert Jolliffe. Lauren Renee Engel. Cameron Aaron Austin. Alyssa K. Davis. Preston Skylar Lehman, Graduate of Distinction, Salutatorian, Honors Diploma. Mackenzie Marie Miller, Honors Diploma. Jair Christopher Dansby. Alyssa Ann Jagger, Graduate of Distinction, Honors Diploma. Emma May Laux, Graduate of Distinction, Honors Diploma. Kelsey Lee Cox. Samuel James Pertay. Morgan Sue Klett, Honors Diploma. Olivia Catherine Osmond, Honors Diploma. Allison Paige Campbell, Graduate of Distinction, Honors Diploma. Alexandria Marie Sarno, Graduate of Distinction. Michaela Rose Bach, Graduate of Distinction, Valedictorian, Honors Diploma. Scott Holmgren. Chloe Anne Marie Waddle, Graduate of Distinction, Honors Diploma. Carter Lee Harsh. Zoe Lynn Luddington, Honors Diploma. Dane Anthony Harder, Graduate of Distinction, Honors Diploma. Marlo Elizabeth Harder. Sean Stephen Dance. Brooke Renee Reese, Honors Diploma. Sarah Kathleen Phipps, Honors Diploma. Braden Lee Leibarger. Todd Joseph Fish. Logan James DeVelvis. Mason Jeffrey Grapner. Gage Matthew Myers. Erica Ray Seaver. Kaya Michelle Bond. Noah Scott Bowman. Lillian Nicole Niebel, Graduate of Distinction, Honors Diploma. Maurice Lamonte Jackson Jr., Graduate of Distinction, Honors Diploma. Jack Allen Earl, Graduate of Distinction, Honors Diploma. Jacob Allen Headland. Evelyn Grace Free, Graduate of Distinction, Honors Diploma. Haley Nicole Little. Olivia Ann Buttlemeyer. Amira Jameson Freeman. Deani Asha Lawrence, Honors Diploma. Kayla Lynn Clapper. Aubrey Lynn Jenner. McKenna Rose Harris. Denijah Nicole Hall. Jayla Michael Petaway. Rakaya Nicole Barnes. Gage Michael Hankener. Nicholas James McClure. Zariah Yarissa Palayo. Emma Lynn Overholtz, Honors Diploma. Dylan Thomas Harmon. Marley Ann Sable. Dylan David Bryan. Jacob Lugabill, Honors Diploma. Brock Lyons. Taylor Austin Nunez. Austin Nicholas Gordon. Justin Lee LaRue. Alexis Lee Schimpf. Hayes Matthew Burton. Hayden Raylan Schiffauer. Dawson Micah Kendall. James Maxwell Sperry. Abriana Deanne Zimmerman. Aiden Matthew Bartels. Lauren Elizabeth Magoo, Honors Diploma. Tyler Allen Long, Graduate of Distinction, Honors Diploma. Allison Rochelle Meek, Honors Diploma. Camden Grace Catherine Poff. Nick Niebel. Adrian Page Fingerly, Honors Diploma. Andrew Thomas Etzkorn. Liberty Rose Hiddle. Ninzi May Sackinger. Hannah Jean Sumption. Avery Michelle King. Evan Dominic Stoner. Miles Alexander Jennings. Kyla Danae Shout. Leela Grace Adkins. Cameron Gage Cruz. Caleb Thomas Sheffield. Tamijah Nichelle Wise. Saray Iman Fisher. Madison Elizabeth Hughes Simpson. Marquez Deshawn Townsend. Alexis Catherine Ordell. Samantha Eileen Hogan. Byron Meeks Jr. Aisha Monet Hughes. Samantha Renee Young. Lillian Avril Hyde. Cornesia Deshay Pettigrew. Jamarian DeVell Miller. Jonathan David McLaughlin. Darian Leo Lyles. Paul Wayne Long. Cheyenne Monet Dayhill. Matthew Wesley Pankratz. Therese Lamar Russell. Cheyenne Elise Eiton. Carly Mae Schellenbarger. Cameron Rose Moning, Graduate of Distinction, Honors Diploma. William Ethan Foster. Nate Hefner. Summer Joy Love. Nicholas Gregory Hickman. Olivia Grace Howard. Desiree Nicole Warner. Javen Donnell Ellis Jr. Alessandra Alberta Marie Minjarez. Annalise Jasmine Stevens. Andrew Joseph Wasink. Sayla Gillespie. Renee Lakeland Gunter. Sarah Sophia Smith. Kimberly Renee Salisbury. Alyssa Rose Daly, Honors Diploma. Dylan James Marston. McKenna Nicole Shellhouse. Isabella Brooke Aliff. Jesse James Rogers. Micah Allen Schilling. Bailey Goldie Sherrick. Brenna Lynn Van Buskirk. Hannah Elizabeth Grace Norton. Piper Lotus Moline. Alana Morgan Noble. Cedric Kentimbohan. Gage Allen Brown. Antoine Demetrius Riley Jr. Justin Michael Sanders Jr. Savannah Arkell Mitchell. At this time, can we give all the graduates another round of applause? Thank you. Now, at this time, we would like to call Tommy Williamson back to the podium to present the Class of 2021 gift.
As a class, we have lost a lot of experiences due to the pandemic. One of those being our junior prom. Since we didn't spend the money on what we intended to, the class officers and I have decided to turn one of our losses into a gift for our classmates we felt were in need. Some members of our class and their families have been plagued with medical issues recently, specifically involving cancer. We've decided as a collective to try and give back to our fellow classmates experiencing such hardships in any way we can. In the near future, we hope to fund these classmates with money from our class account that would help the students and their immediate families. The amount of compassion that my fellow class officers and I felt for this idea made it clear that this was going to be our contribution to our class gift. What better way is there to leave a lasting impact than help our friends in need? Now, please rise and join me in the singing of our alma mater. The words are located in your program. Let's sing Elida's praise and songs to alma mater raise. While our hearts rebounding thrill with joy which death alone can still. Summer's heat and winter's cold, the seasons pass, the years will roll. Time and change will surely show how firm our friendship, black, orange, gold.
Before we kind of conclude the ceremony a little bit here, can we give Tommy, he's kind of been like our MC tonight. He got roped into doing a lot of this, but he did a great job. Give him a hand. It gives me great pleasure to present to you the members of the class of 2021 marking the 128th commencement ceremony in Elida High School's great history.
To continue with an age-old tradition, fellow classmates, please move your tassel from right to left. And now, on the count of three, let's celebrate. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
And gently clap.
Yeah.
Not